Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. There is still a lot of unresolved issue in the Labour Party, despite the interference of the NLC president. Yesterday, we shared with you what he said when he visited the National Secretariat to meet with the LP National Chairman Julius Abure, and he made Nigerians understand that he is totally in support of Julius Abure's chairmanship and want him to continue, and that all Labour personnel and officials are standing strongly behind him, and all other outside factions should shut down and get their issues resolved, starting first from the Board of Trustee. But guess what? The National Working Committee of Lamini Apapa are still not ready to give in to such stories, as they have sent a very strong warning to Peter Obi, Alex Oti, who is the current, I think he is the Abia State governor elect. They have sent strong warnings to them and other persons who have been elected on the platform of Labour Party. You'll be so shocked with what they have to say. But let's start. The Labour Party Lamini Apapa led National Working Committee has won its presidential candidate Peter Obi, Abia State Governor-elect Alex Oti, and lawmakers chosen on its platform to keep their distance from Julius Abure, the party's suspended national chairman. This information was provided to journalists in a statement from the Apapa faction that was signed by Abayomi Arabambi, the National Publicity Secretary. The Labour Party charged the Abura-led National Working Committee with working with Peter Obi and other NEC members to press for the suspension of the National Working Committee members during a meeting set to take place in Asaba on Tuesday, which is today. Arabambi warned that such action would only amount to contempt of court, and all parties involved might as well risk jail term, especially when Abure and those to preside at the meeting have been restrained by court and are currently facing criminal charges in court. The statement read thus: the attention of the National Working Committee of the Labour Party has been drawn to a plot by the suspended national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, to lure Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the party, and Alex Oti, the governor-elect of Abia State, under the Labour Party, into conducting an emergency national executive meeting (NEC) scheduled to hold in Asaba on Tuesday, April 18, 2023. We have also been informed that one of the agendas of the meeting is to carry out the illegal suspension of members of the National Working Committee of the party by the same suspended National Working Committee members, led by Julius Abure, who is currently facing criminal charges in court. Last week, Julius Abure and his illegal gang executives went against the restraining order of an Abuja High Court as a result of indictment by the Inspector General of Police through the DIG 4CID for forgery, perjury, and impersonation in suit number CV-2930-2023 to conduct a parallel screening for governorship candidate of Labour Party from Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State when screening was ongoing at the party's national headquarters. We have been reliably informed that Abure and his gang have gathered some senator-elect, House of Representative member-elect of Labour Party who has not been inaugurated and are also not members of NEC for a meeting to take an illegal decision against the party's constitution. Such action is a contempt of court that even a child should know the impending consequences of a jail term. While the rumor of the Plana Saba kangaroo meeting has been confirmed to be true, we don't want to believe that our presidential candidate Peter Obi, Alex Oti, the governor-elect of Abia State, and other elected members of the party are part of this plot. We believe that they know of the impending consequences of holding a NEC meeting under the Abure leadership when the court has restrained them from the rule of the national chairman and national secretary. The risk jail term through contempt proceeding that will be filed against them in the court should they proceed with the plan, as it's a direct affront and insult to the presiding judge, Honorable Justice H. Mwazu, order as granted on the 5th day of April 2023. There is a tenet of the rule of law that should be upheld, especially for people who got their mandates on the trust of a new Nigeria of uprightness, a Nigerian that has the rule of law, a Nigeria that the rule of law is respected. Arabambi advised Peter Obi to concentrate on his case at the Election Petition Tribunal and allow the court to complete its proceeding on Julius Abure and other members of the party's NWC. Peter Obi should know that by the provision of the law, he is not an officer of the Labour Party. We want him to know that OT is not an officer of the Labour Party. It's only the National Working Committee that can conduct the primary. Obi is not a member of the Labour Party NWC. Even if he won the presidential election, that doesn't qualify him to become an NWC member, but he can only be a member of the National Executive Council. By the provision of law, anyone involved in such plot risks contempt of court and jail term. Labour Party was founded on principle, and this is what we must continue to preserve. Obi must not join Abure to ruin the fortunes of the Labour Party, as the new national leadership will not condone any form of executive rascality or malfeasance where the Labour Party will be reduced to a one-man regional or ethnic-based political party as being currently promoted by the infantile Julius Abure and his co-travelers. Those were the words that were sent out by the Apapa-led NWC. Nigerians have reacted to it, but then it's interesting to talk about this because for me, this is a setup, being that right now we can't be so sure that the judiciary is existing as an independent body. You know that whatever that is going on right now are like traps that they want to set so that they can, first of all, frustrate Peter Obi's getting into office or recovering back his mandate. They have painted a scenario here, and which, as at now, I feel that Peter Obi must tread carefully, because you've heard him talk about jail term, which means, and you know that if they do anything that will favor APC, the judiciary will speedily jump into action and will ensure that Julius Abure, Peter Obi, and all other persons are being thrown into prison, which will kind of delay the chances of Peter Obi getting back his mandate. So right now, I feel that Labour Party should get a legal advice on this issue, legal advice, so that they can be careful enough to know the kind of decision to take. Let's just look at what Nigerians say. Someone says, what some fail to realize is politics is about self-interest, not self-service. Politicians are just deceiving us, saying they want to save. These people have been running the party for donkey years, but for someone to push them aside and take over the party won't be easy. These people are trade unionists and are very stubborn. If Abure and his team really forged court documents, that shows no politician can be trusted. Another one here says, think about the ways of God, not the plan of men or manipulations of the wicked. Just see God helping you in the new regime. Stop abusing each other. The politicians are meeting secretly to continue their relationship. Don't allow them to deceive you, my brother. Another person here said, I think this group of so-called new NWC of Labour Party have been sponsored to put a stumbling block for Peter Obi and Labour Party to lose focus. My brother, that is absolutely true. At least we heard what Gaba one of the former presidential aspirant of APC, said immediately they announced the emergence of Apapa, late NWC. He was the first that said that Apapa should immediately call Peter Obi to order and distance themselves from the election petition tribunal, so that Peter Obi would just, be all alone, which will make every move by him null and void. So already we know that that particular team is sponsored by the APC, based on the statement that that particular APC candidate said. So right now there is a lot of discrete decision that must be taken right now. They must make sure they don't fall into the arms of the law, so that they won't be rubbish. Someone here said, beloved people, we should be careful what we say. People that spoke against Buhari suffer for 8 years and they never see any good thing happen to them because words of their mouth affected them. Today, another government is coming. Speak good things ahead of you and you will benefit from the regime. No matter who leads Nigeria, nobody becomes president without the will of God Almighty. They may use elected to take us to the promised land, or use him to correct us because of wickedness. People need to think first before they write. You said the people who were speaking ill of Buhari are the ones suffering. Haven't you seen staunch supporters of Buhari coming back to eat their words? They will come out and say, before now, I was supporting Buhari, but now I have now realized, because I am going through serious pain, I have decided to get back my support from him. I can no longer support him. Haven't you heard it? Some of them have even died in the process of supporting him. You understand? Via the activities of bandits and all of that. So you can't be so sure that if you rebuke someone, if you refuse to stand with what is wrong, that then you won't enjoy that. It's a lie. There are people who never supported them. They are having contracts everywhere. They are getting promotion everywhere in their jobs and all of that. So just do what you're doing, do it very well, and you will get adequate support.